The grand hall of the Galactic Council sparkled with light that bounced off the crystalline walls. It was a historic day, humanity's first official diplomatic meeting with the Council. The massive chamber held representatives from over 200 alien species, all watching with different sets of eyes as the human delegation walked in. Jack Thompson led the small group of human diplomats. He walked with his head held high, his simple black suit standing out among the colorful and exotic outfits worn by the alien representatives. The whispers and clicks of alien languages filled the room as they passed. At the center of the chamber stood Marcus Prime, the head counselor. His tall, metallic-looking body towered over the humans. His species, the Primes, were known for their enhanced bodies and long lifespans. They had given up organic forms centuries ago, choosing to live in advanced mechanical bodies instead. "Welcome, Earth representatives," Marcus Prime's voice boomed through the chamber. "Though I must say, we expected more." His metallic face showed what looked like a smirk. Jack maintained a polite smile. "Thank you for having us, head counselor. We're honored to be here." Marcus Prime walked around the human group, studying them with glowing eyes. "Such soft skin. Such fragile bones. How do your kind even survive space travel?" Several alien delegates laughed. "We manage quite well," Jack replied calmly. "Our ships are adapted to our needs." A blue-skinned delegate from the back called out, "Their atmosphere ships are like rolling nurseries." More laughter followed. Marcus Prime raised a metal hand. "Indeed, we've reviewed your biology reports. No natural armor, no backup organs, no enhanced senses. Even your lifespan is remarkably short. Most species here live at least 300 cycles." Jack watched as several delegates nodded in agreement. He noticed some taking notes, probably documenting human weaknesses for their homeworlds. "Our bodies serve us well enough," Jack said. "We've survived and thrived on Earth for thousands of years." "Ah yes, your single planet," Marcus Prime said, "protected by its atmosphere, with perfect conditions for your delicate form. But space is different. Space is harsh. The galaxy has no room for fragile species." One of Jack's team members, Dr. Anna West, stepped forward. "With respect, head counselor, appearances can be deceiving. Humanity has overcome many challenges to reach this point." Marcus Prime waved a metallic hand dismissively. Yes, we've read about your primitive space program. Barely a century of space travel, and you think you're ready to join the Galactic Council." The chamber filled with murmurs of agreement. Jack could see the doubt in the aliens' eyes, or whatever they used for eyes. Some were looking at the humans with pity, others with amusement. "We're here to learn and contribute," Jack said firmly. "Every species has something unique to offer." "And what could your fragile species offer?" Marcus Prime asked. "What can beings who break so easily bring to our advanced civilization?" Jack smiled, remembering the briefing about human capabilities that his scientific team had prepared. "Time will tell, head counselor. We might surprise you." "I doubt that," Marcus Prime said. He turned to address the whole chamber. "The Council will consider Earth's application for associate membership. But I must warn you, space is no place for the weak. Even our simplest mining operations would be too dangerous for your kind." As the human delegation was led to their waiting area, Jack could hear the continuing discussions about human frailty. Let them talk, he thought. They didn't need to know yet about humanity's remarkable healing abilities, or how human bones could grow back stronger after breaks, or how human skin could repair itself after damage. The aliens had chosen to replace their bodies with machines, thinking it made them superior. They had no idea what they'd given up, or what humans could really do. Jack smiled to himself. They would learn soon enough. 3 months after the Galactic Council meeting, the red dust of Mars swirled around the newly built human-alien joint research facility. The dome-shaped building stood out against the rusty landscape, its metallic surface reflecting the dim Martian sunlight. Inside the main laboratory, Dr. Tom Miller adjusted his microscope while trying to ignore the constant stares from Dr. Rex. The alien scientist's four eyes hadn't stopped watching the humans since the facility opened. Like many of his kind, Dr. Rex's scaled body and reinforced exoskeleton made him look like a walking armor suit. "You should wear more protection," Dr. Rex said, tapping his own chest plate. "Your skin is exposed to so many dangers here." Tom smiled politely. "Our suits are perfectly safe for when we go outside. Inside the facility, we're quite comfortable as we are." "Comfortable?" Dr. Rex made a clicking sound that meant disbelief. "Your kind is so exposed. One accident, and—" He dragged a clawed finger across his neck in a gesture he learned from watching human videos. The laboratory housed 20 researchers, 10 humans and 10 aliens from different species. While the aliens wore various forms of protective gear, the humans worked in standard lab coats and safety glasses. This difference had been a constant source of tension. Starting the pressure test, called out Bill, one of the human technicians. He was working with a new type of material that could help ships survive extreme conditions. The aliens moved back, expecting the worst. The test chamber hummed as the pressure increased. Everything seemed normal until a small crack appeared in the chamber's viewing window. Before anyone could react, the window shattered. Glass flew everywhere. 3 humans and 2 aliens were caught in the blast. Tom immediately rushed to help, while Dr. Rex stood frozen, expecting to see the humans fatally wounded by the sharp fragments. "Medical team to Lab 3. Tom called through the intercom. He quickly checked on Bill, who had several cuts on his arms and face. The other injured humans, Robert and Kate, were already helping each other up despite their injuries. Dr. Rex watched in horror. "Don't move. You'll make your injuries worse. Your skin is torn." The alien medical team arrived wearing full protective suits. They stopped short when they saw the injured humans calmly walking to the first aid station, leaving small drops of blood on the floor. "How are you even standing?" Dr. Rex demanded. "Your outer layer is breached. You're leaking vital fluids." Tom helped clean Bill's cuts while explaining. "These are minor injuries, Dr. Rex. We'll be fine in a few days." The alien scientist's 4 eyes blinked rapidly. "A few days. Impossible. Tissue damage takes months to repair, even with advanced healing chambers." The 2 injured aliens were quickly placed in floating medical pods. Their exoskeletons had cracked, and according to their medical standards, they needed immediate stasis treatment. Meanwhile, the humans simply cleaned their wounds, applied bandages, and wanted to return to work. Tom had to insist they take the rest of the day off, more for the aliens' peace of mind than actual medical necessity. Dr. Rex approached Tom later that day, his voice low. "I don't understand. Our scans showed the glass cuts were deep. There should be more suffering." Tom looked at the alien scientist thoughtfully. "Different species, different responses to injury. Maybe you should study our medical records more closely." "I think I will," Dr. Rex said, his scientific curiosity finally overcoming his prejudice. "There's clearly something about human physiology we don't understand." As Tom watched Dr. Rex hurry off to access the medical database, he thought about the Council's dismissal of humanity as fragile. Soon, they would learn that humans weren't just surviving despite their soft bodies, they were thriving because of them. The real discoveries were just beginning. 1 week after the laboratory accident, Dr. Rex sat in his private research pod, surrounded by floating screens showing medical data. His 4 eyes darted between images of healing human tissue and his own detailed notes. What he saw made no sense to him. "Computer, replay the healing progression of Subject B," the human called Bill, he commanded. The main screen lit up with a time-lapse of Bill's injuries from the glass explosion. Dr. Rex leaned forward, watching intently as the human's cuts sealed themselves day by day. The skin grew back together, leaving only faint pink lines where deep cuts had been. "Impossible," he muttered, making more notes. "Their bodies are actually creating new tissue." A knock on his pod's door interrupted his study. It was Tom, carrying a tablet and wearing a friendly smile. The cuts on his own arm from helping during the accident were already mostly healed. "Still studying our medical data?" Tom asked, entering the pod. "I don't understand," Dr. Rex admitted. "Your people purposely cut into injured tissue to clean it. You expose wounds to liquid solutions. You don't use healing stasis. Everything you do goes against advanced medical science. And yet we heal," Tom finished. "Would you like to understand how?" Dr. Rex's scales rippled with excitement, the equivalent of an eager nod. Tom pulled up a chair and started explaining. "When we're injured, our bodies immediately begin several processes," Tom said. "Blood cells cluster to stop bleeding. White blood cells fight infection. New cells grow to replace damaged ones." "But that's so primitive," Dr. Rex said. "Most species evolved past such inefficient methods ages ago. We developed external healing technologies instead." Tom smiled. "Sometimes the old ways work best. Watch this." He pulled up a new video on the screen, showing a magnified view of human blood cells rushing to seal a cut. "Our bodies are constantly ready to repair themselves." Dr. Rex clicked his mandibles thoughtfully. "Is this why your species rejected biological upgrades? Because your natural healing is so effective?" "Partly," Tom answered. "But there's more. Every time we heal, we learn. Our bodies adapt. Sometimes we become stronger at the healed points." The alien scientist's 4 eyes widened. "Stronger, you mean?" "Yes. Break a human bone. It often heals stronger at the break point. Stress our muscles. They grow back stronger. Even our skin becomes tougher where it's been damaged and healed." Dr. Rex quickly pulled up more medical files on his screens. He found records of humans recovering from injuries that would have permanently disabled most species. Broken bones, deep cuts, even lost fingertips growing back. "This is why you didn't want healing chambers," he realized. "Your bodies do the work better on their own." "Exactly," Tom said. "Healing chambers might actually slow down our natural processes." A notification popped up on Dr. Rex's screen. More medical data from the recent accident. The 2 injured aliens were still in healing stasis, their cracked exoskeletons requiring careful technological repair. Meanwhile, all the injured humans had already returned to work. "We need to share this with the Council," Dr. Rex said suddenly. "This changes everything we thought we knew about biological efficiency." Tom shook his head. "Not yet. There's still more to learn. Much more." As if to prove his point, one of the human researchers walked past the pod, exercising her recently healed arm. Dr. Rex watched in amazement as she carried a heavy box of equipment, something that should have been impossible with a healing injury. "Your kind isn't fragile at all, are you?" Dr. Rex asked quietly. Tom smiled. "No, we're just different. And sometimes different is better." The alien scientist turned back to his screens, his scientific curiosity fully awakened. He had a feeling he was just beginning to understand the true strength of humanity, a strength that had nothing to do with armor, upgrades, or technology. It was a strength that came from within. 2 weeks had passed since Dr. Rex began his intensive study of human healing. The Mars Research Facility was buzzing with activity as more alien scientists arrived to study this strange phenomenon. The laboratory had been transformed into an advanced biological research center, with new equipment arriving daily from across the galaxy. Dr. Rex stood before a large group of alien scientists, his scales shimmering with excitement as he presented his findings. Behind him, a massive screen showed detailed images of human cellular regeneration. "What you're seeing is impossible," he began. "Yet it happens every day. The humans regrow their liver tissue. When damaged, their liver can restore itself to full size from just 25% of its original mass." The audience burst into confused clicking and whistling sounds. A tall crystalline being raised its light appendage. "But how do they prevent cellular decay?" "They don't," Dr. Rex replied. "Their cells naturally know when to stop growing. It's built into their DNA. Tom sat at the back of the room, watching with amusement as the alien scientists tried to process this information. He noticed how their earlier disgust at human primitive biology had transformed into fascination. Observe this next recording. Dr. Rex continued, showing a time-lapse of a healing human bone. When their bones break, they don't just heal, they become stronger at the break point. Their bodies actually improve from damage. The room erupted in excited chatter. One scientist dropped their data pad in shock. Another's environmental suit started glowing with agitation. But that's not all. Dr. Rex clicked excitedly. Humans adapt to physical stress. Their muscles grow stronger when challenged. Their skin thickens where it faces frequent pressure. They are constantly evolving, not over generations, but within their own bodies. Tom walked to the front of the room as Dr. Rex called him forward. "Would you show them?" the alien scientist asked eagerly. Tom rolled up his sleeve, revealing the now fully healed scars from the laboratory accident. 3 weeks ago, this arm had multiple deep cuts. Now it's completely functional, with only minor marking to show the injury. A blue-skinned scientist rushed forward with a scanner. Impossible. The new tissue, it's stronger than the original. The news was spreading beyond the research station. Ships arrived daily bringing more observers. The galactic communication networks buzzed with discussions about human biological capabilities. Species that had previously dismissed humans as weak were now sending urgent requests for medical research collaboration. Later that day, Tom found Dr. Rex in his research pod, surrounded by even more screens than usual. "Your presentation caused quite a stir," Tom said. Dr. Rex turned all 4 eyes toward him. "I understand now why your people seem so calm about your fragile bodies. You never needed our protection. Your strength isn't in armor or upgrades. It's in your ability to adapt and overcome. We've been trying to tell you that." Tom smiled. "Yes, but—" Dr. Rex paused, his scales shifting to a darker shade. "We were too proud to listen. Too convinced of our technological superiority. We forgot that nature sometimes creates solutions beyond our artificial improvements." A message flashed across the main screen, a priority communication from the Galactic Council. They were requesting immediate information about human regenerative capabilities. "They're worried," Dr. Rex said quietly. "Many species chose to modify their bodies, to improve themselves with technology. But in doing so, they may have lost something precious." Tom looked at the data flowing across the screens, the detailed analysis of human healing, adaptation, and regeneration. Each discovery seemed to amaze the alien scientists more than the last. "Your kind isn't primitive at all," Dr. Rex continued. "You're the most advanced biological beings we've ever encountered. And we never saw it because we were looking for the wrong kind of advancement." As more scientists crowded the facility's corridors outside, Tom realized this was just the beginning. Humanity's greatest strength had been hiding in plain sight all along, waiting to be discovered. And now the galaxy would never be the same. The warning sirens blared through the Mars research facility, their high-pitched screams echoing off the metal walls. Red emergency lights flashed as researchers ran through the corridors. Something had gone terribly wrong in the main power core. "Containment breach in Section 7. The computer's voice rang out. "Radiation shield failing." Tom and Dr. Rex were the first to reach the emergency control room. The screen showed a nightmare scenario. The experimental power core was leaking dangerous radiation, and the automatic systems weren't responding. "We need to shut it down manually," Tom said, checking the readings. "If we don't, the whole facility could be at risk." Dr. Rex's scales paled. "But the radiation levels. No one could survive exposure. We must wait for the robot repair units." "There's no time," Tom replied, already putting on a basic radiation suit. "The robots will take 30 minutes to arrive. The core will breach in 10. 3 more humans ran into the control room, also grabbing radiation suits. Through the observation window, they could see several injured aliens lying near the core room entrance, their protective exoskeletons damaged by the initial power surge. "We need to get them out first," Tom said, checking his suit's seals. "Then we can deal with the core." Dr. Rex grabbed Tom's arm. "You can't. Even with those suits, the radiation will cause severe cellular damage. Your bodies will break down." Tom gently removed the alien's grip. "Our bodies can also repair cellular damage. We've been doing it since our planet's early days." He turned to his fellow humans. "Ready?" They nodded, and as the alien scientists watched in horror, the humans entered the radiation zone. The rescue took precious minutes as they carried each injured alien to safety. The aliens' sophisticated environmental suits had failed, leaving them vulnerable. When the last alien was evacuated, Tom and his team faced the core itself. The radiation levels were now 4 times higher than a lethal dose. "Manual shutdown starting," Tom called through his radio. His voice was steady despite the danger. "Core temperature dropping." Dr. Rex watched the monitors, his 4 eyes wide with fear and amazement. The humans worked quickly, their movements precise despite knowing the damage their bodies were taking. Warning alerts flashed across the screens as the humans' radiation exposure climbed to dangerous levels. After 7 intense minutes, the core finally went dark. The facility's backup systems hummed to life, and the emergency sirens fell silent. When the humans stumbled out of the core room, their radiation sensors were all deep in the red zone. They were immediately rushed to the medical bay, where both human and alien doctors waited. The alien medical team was prepared for the worst, but what they saw in the following days defied their understanding. While the injured aliens remained in critical condition, requiring complex technological intervention to survive, the humans' bodies began their remarkable recovery process. "Their cells are regenerating," Dr. Rex explained to the amazed medical team. "The radiation damage is being repaired by their own bodies." Tom lay in his medical bed, tired but alive, as his body fought to replace damaged cells. The process wasn't pleasant, but it was working. One by one, the humans who had saved the facility began to recover. A week later, as the humans were already sitting up and talking about returning to work, Dr. Rex made an important call to the Galactic Council. "You need to understand," he told them, his voice urgent. "Humans aren't just capable of healing cuts or broken bones. They can recover from radiation exposure that would kill most species. Their bodies don't just repair damage, they fight back against it." He looked through the medical bay window at the recovering humans. "We thought they were fragile because they lacked our technological protections. We were wrong. They are the most resilient species we've ever encountered. And right now, we need their help." The council members listened intently as Dr. Rex continued. "The humans know something about survival that we've forgotten. And it's time we learned from them." 2 months after the radiation crisis, the Mars facility had transformed into the galaxy's most advanced biological research center. The main laboratory now hosted scientists from over 50 alien species, all working together to understand the secrets of human healing. Tom stood before a massive DNA sequencer, examining the results with Dr. Rex. On the screen, human and alien genetic code scrolled side by side. "There it is." Tom pointed to a specific sequence. "This is what your species lost when you started replacing organic parts with technological upgrades." Dr. Rex leaned closer, his scales shifting to a bright shade of interest. "The regeneration trigger genes." "Exactly," Tom replied. "Most species still have them. They're just dormant. Your ancestors' modifications turned them off, thinking technology was better than natural healing." Around them, the laboratory buzzed with activity. Human doctors worked alongside alien medical experts, sharing knowledge that had been ignored for centuries. The aliens brought advanced technology, while humans contributed their deep understanding of natural biological processes. "Look at this," called out Dr. Rex, pointing to another screen. An injured alien was healing faster than normal, its natural regeneration partially reactivated through careful genetic treatment. "The first successful test," Tom smiled. "How does your patient feel?" Better than with the healing chamber, Dr. Rex admitted. The body is healing itself, just slower than humans. But it's a start. The news spread quickly through the galactic communication networks. Species that had abandoned their natural healing abilities centuries ago suddenly saw hope for reconnecting with their biological roots. The human medical database became the most valuable resource in the galaxy. Later that day, Tom found Dr. Rex in the new genetic library, surrounded by historical medical records from Earth. "Your ancient healers knew things we forgot," Dr. Rex said without looking up. "They understood how to work with the body's natural processes. We thought we were advancing, but we were giving up something precious." Tom picked up a tablet showing the latest test results. "But now you're remembering. Look at these numbers. 10 species have already shown improved natural healing after the new treatments." Dr. Rex turned all 4 eyes to Tom. "Do you know what this means for the galaxy? Species that relied completely on technology for healing can start regenerating naturally again. Not as fast as humans, but enough to make a difference," Tom finished. "And with your advanced technology supporting natural healing instead of replacing it, the possibilities are endless," Dr. Rex said excitedly. "We can help species recover abilities they lost thousands of years ago, all because humans never gave up their primitive biological functions." A message flashed on the main screen, another successful treatment. An alien child had regrown damaged tissue without using the healing chamber for the first time in their species' recent history. "They called us fragile," Tom said quietly. "But we were strong enough to stay as nature made us, even when advanced technology tempted us to change." Dr. Rex's scales rippled with emotion. "You were the only ones wise enough to see that technology should support natural processes, not replace them. While we tried to become machines, you remained wonderfully, perfectly organic." The laboratory doors opened as more research teams arrived. They brought genetic samples from dozens of species, all hoping to reactivate their lost healing abilities. The revolution in medical science was spreading faster than anyone had expected. "The Galactic Council wants to make this facility the new Center for Biological Restoration," Dr. Rex announced. "They're calling it the most important medical advancement in 10,000 years." Tom watched as humans and aliens worked side by side, sharing knowledge and making discoveries that would change lives across the galaxy. What had started as a crisis had become a revolution, one that would help countless species rediscover their natural strength. "Sometimes," Tom said, "you have to look backward to move forward." Dr. Rex nodded, understanding at last that humanity's greatest gift to the galaxy wasn't advanced technology or powerful weapons. It was remembering what it meant to be truly alive. 1 year after the first human delegation stood before the Galactic Council, the Grand Chamber looked very different. The crystalline walls now displayed moving images of cellular regeneration, and the delegates wore fewer mechanical enhancements than before. Marcus Prime stood at the center, his metallic body gleaming as always. But something had changed in his posture. The arrogance was gone. Before him stood Jack Thompson and Tom Miller, representing Earth and the Mars Research Facility. "Humanity," Marcus Prime's voice echoed through the chamber. "We owe you an apology." The chamber fell silent. Even the usual whispers and clicks of alien languages stopped. 1 year ago, I stood in this spot and called your species fragile," Marcus Prime continued. "I mocked your organic bodies and simple healing methods. I was wrong." Jack smiled diplomatically. "We all had much to learn about each other, head counselor." "Indeed." Marcus Prime turned to address the full council. "Our latest reports show that over 100 species have now recovered some natural healing abilities, thanks to human medical knowledge. The Mars Biological Restoration Center has become the most important medical facility in the galaxy." Dr. Rex stepped forward, his scales now a proud shade of gold. "The humans didn't just teach us about healing," he said. "They showed us what we lost in our rush to become advanced. We thought replacing our organic parts made us stronger. Instead, it made us dependent on technology." The chamber screen showed images from the past year. aliens recovering natural abilities, children growing up with active regeneration genes, and humans working alongside other species to combine the best of natural healing and advanced technology. But the greatest lesson, Marcus Prime said, was about strength itself. We thought we knew what made a species strong. We were wrong about that too. Tom stepped forward, carrying a small plant in a clear container. This is an earth plant called a dandelion, he explained. It looks delicate, but it can grow through concrete, survive extreme temperatures, and regrow from the smallest root fragment. Like humans, its strength isn't in armor or upgrades. It's in its ability to adapt and recover. The plant was displayed on the chamber screens, and Tom continued, "Humanity never tried to become invulnerable. Instead, we embraced our ability to heal, to learn from damage, to come back stronger. That's true resilience." Marcus Prime nodded. "The Council has voted. Earth is granted full membership in the Galactic Alliance, with special recognition for their contributions to medical science and biology." Applause filled the chamber, not the polite, diplomatic kind, but genuine celebration. Many delegates bore signs of returning to their more natural states, inspired by human example. Furthermore, Marcus Prime announced, "I am stepping down as head counselor." Surprised murmurs swept through the chamber. "My species was among the first to abandon our organic forms," he explained. "We thought it made us superior, but true leadership requires understanding life in all its forms. My replacement will be someone who understands both technology and biology." He gestured to a younger member of his species, one who had chosen to keep their organic form. "The age of looking down on primitive biology is over. The age of balance has begun." After the ceremony, Jack found himself surrounded by delegates who once mocked humanity's fragile nature. Now they asked questions about Earth's medical practices, about human healing, about finding balance between nature and technology. "Quite a change from last year," Tom said, joining him. Jack watched as Marcus Prime's replacement talked with Dr. Rex about combining natural healing with technological support. "They finally understood," he said. "True strength isn't about being unbreakable. It's about how you piece yourself back together." Tom finished. Above them, the chamber's screen showed images of Earth, its oceans, forests, and cities. No longer was it seen as a primitive world of fragile beings. Now it was recognized as the home of humanity, the species that remembered what so many had forgotten. Life's greatest strength is its ability to heal, adapt, and grow stronger through adversity. And that was a lesson the galaxy would never forget.